Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. I wish to make the following statement in my capacity as Minister of Housing and Human Settlement in the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. My aim, Madam Deputy, is to place clear information on the record of this Honorable House as it pertains to the new housing revolution that St. Kitts and Nevis is about to embark upon. In December of 2022, the new St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party administration presented its first draft budget before this Honourable House. As members of a responsible government, my fellow ministers and I laid out the plans and the proposals that are to be implemented in this financial year for the shared benefit of all of the people of this country. On page 20, Madam Deputy Speaker, volume 2 of the 2023 draft estimate, I presented the following statement as part of my executive summary as the minister's message. And I said then, Madam Deputy, the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement reaffirms its commitment in tandem with developers, investors, and the National Housing Corporation, NHC, to continuously improve and add to the housing stock to ensure that all our citizens are directly and securely housed. Today, I wish to report to the nation that the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement has engaged in a stakeholder-driven partnership initiative which has expressed aim of providing 2,400 housing solutions for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Information reveals that present demand for homes to the National Housing Corporation is greater than 3,500 applications at this time. Our people are aspiring to be homeowners, and it is the obligation and responsibility of this administration to satisfy such demand. The economists have taught us that it is through principled allocation and use of limited resources that seemingly infinite want can be supplied and satisfied. Bearing this in mind, Madam Deputy, the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement has committed to use of the multi-pronged stakeholder approach to secure greater supplies of resources needed for such a capital and labor and skills in order that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis can reliably supply these many homes for the people at this time. Who are our stakeholders in this new housing revolution? One, Madam Deputy, a Trinidad and Tobago firm by the name of East Coast Housing Development Limited has signed on to be the primary financer of this component of our housing revolution. The 600 million EC dollars that is needed to adequately finance the project, which will build 2,400 affordable smart homes. And when we are talking about smart homes, Madam Speaker, Deputy, we are talking about the material used in the construction in regards to the method, making sure that they are also climate resilient based on what we are hoping to achieve. It must be clearly stated, Madam Deputy, that the East Coast Housing Development Limited of Trinidad and Tobago was engaged by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis before the general elections that were held in August 5th, 2022. I want it to be clearly heard that before there was a housing minister in this country by the name of Geoffrey Hanley, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis had engaged the East Coast Housing Development Limited of Trinidad and Tobago. That's a fact. I am happy to report that the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement, under new leadership, following the general election of August 5th, 2022, has been able to secure the partnership that will finance the new housing revolution that will make an additional 2,400 families new homeowners in this country. Who else, Madam Speaker, are part of this as stakeholders? Our local contractors, tradesmen of St. Kitts and Nevis will be stakeholders who will build the 2,400 homes. Our heavy equipment operators, our carpenters, our masons, our electricians, our plumbers, our painters, our tilers, our joiners, our workmen of every skill will be gainfully employed as part of the new housing revolution. Nothing like what they are trying to put out there, Madam Speaker. Locally driven. 3, our local banks and credit unions. They are all on board in this initiative to offer mortgages to each new homeowner at comfortable and affordable terms. I don't think we ever saw anything like that in the Federation, where all of our financial institutions, including the credit unions, are on board to ensure that we drive our housing revolution, and I want to thank all of them. And of course, Madam Deputy, the National Housing Corporation, NHC, is a primary facilitating agency that is very much engaged in the arrangements to make sure that we provide the 2,400 homes to our families. The NHC has been receiving, as I mentioned, applications from people, and we will continue to do so. The corporation has held a successful housing fair to bring information to our people. And I think it's fitting to plug in here, Madam Deputy, that when the housing fair was held, there was quite a lot of talk. As a king for number 3, we say talk, talk, talk. But when you don't know the facts, it's a difference. But we are a government who listen. And whenever there are times when changes are to be made, we are not going to be afraid to make them. And I was happy that we had that open fair, the house fair, because it gave us an opportunity to be able to go back to the drawing board to present something that will blow the minds of our people when we are delivering the homes, Madam Speaker. I just share with you, whereas a 1-bedroom was 450 square feet, now a one-bedroom will be 592 square feet. A two-bedroom was 862 square feet. It's now 879 square feet. And a three-bedroom that was 1,200 under this new initiative. A three-bedroom is 1,288 square feet. So with all they want to be saying, we are delivering proper homes. And I must say, Madam Deputy, with all of the negotiating, these larger homes will not attract any additional cost. None whatsoever. And I am happy to report that. And of course, I encourage you who have not yet applied to make sure that you get online, apply.nhc.kn, and make sure you get registered. And if by some chance you feel you're not qualified for one of the financial institutions, that should not prevent you from registering, because there are other housing solutions that we will be providing for all of the people of this federation. And fifthly, Madam Deputy, last but by no means least, the people of St. Kitts and Nevis are the stakeholders for whom this government is providing reliable housing solutions. They are those in the country who already own land and need a home built on it. We will do that for them. The new housing revolution will provide housing solutions in which a home can be built on those people's land, as I said, Madam Speaker. And even if you don't have your own land, we are going to build a house as well for our people. There are those who have not yet paid off for the land. You don't have to worry about that. We've got you covered. You're in good hands. Yes, Madam Senator. The new housing revolution will position our people in the right direction of home ownership. And of course, Madam Speaker, throughout the entire country, we will be developing all sorts of homes. I'm only talking about the 2,400, because I know we don't have much time. But at further time, the country will be updated on the other areas. But I think it's important for us to know that under the new housing revolution, a one-bedroom would cost you $111,000. A two-bedroom will cost you $213,000. And a three-bedroom will cost you $297,000. Before, Madam Deputy, a three-bedroom through NHC was $350,000 through the banking program. Wow. We are saying we are giving you the same size of those NHC houses, and in some cases a little bigger, and you're going to pay less for them, Madam Speaker. In conclusion, Madam Deputy, the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement is happy to report to this honorable House that the housing revolution is here. The first wave of the 600 homes is earmarked to be rolled out over the next 6 months. We want all of the people to engage the NHC. Even if you don't have a computer at home, you go to the corporation and they will be able to assist you. I end my presentation with the reassurance that these 2,400 housing solutions will not be the totality of the housing agenda of this ministry. In subsequent ministers' statements, I will return and outline in further details. But I want to let you know that you might be driving on Pond Road, you will have seen the sign already up. The townhouses in East Street is about to start this month by demolishing the building that's there and would set the tone for what over there would look like, Madam Deputy. And we're going to take it to West Street, and I've already started engaging those persons living on West Street, because we are going to organize to have them relocated. In some cases, some have already started finding places, because we are going to rebuild that area, and those persons will get an opportunity to return in their space. I want to apologize for the 6 apartment buildings that still are there unoccupied. It's unfortunate, Madam Deputy, but I have been, and I know the Prime Minister made an intervention. So in quick time, I should be getting the keys that will help 6 families. But the deal was such not a deal. And it's unfortunate, Madam Deputy, that over a year, almost going on 2, those apartments can be given out because information that should have been readily available, they're not there. But we are going to make sure that those persons who are duly deserving of those apartments get. I stand here today not just as the Minister of Housing, but as a beneficiary of the housing revolution of 1995 to 2015. I know firsthand the joys and comfort of becoming a homeowner, and I am happy to lead this new housing revolution for the benefit of additional thousands of people under the caring leadership of our Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. Through you, Madam Deputy Speaker, I encourage all of our people, again, to apply for these homes. The financing to build the home is ready. The skill set to reliably build the homes are in place, because I outline all of who would be involved. As such, Madam Deputy, I am happy to report that the housing revolution is here, and the Ministry of Housing and Human Settlement is ready to deliver. May it please you, Madam Deputy.